Okay, so let's talk about this really fascinating thing in music, the one-hit wonder.
Right.
We're talking about those artists who just have this one huge, massive song. You know the ones, you know every single word. It defined a whole summer for you, but, well,
But you couldn't name another track by them to save your life.
exactly. Not a single one.
It's a strange part of our culture, really. And for what we're talking about today, there's a pretty clear benchmark. In the US and the UK, that song had to hit the top 40 on the charts.
So it's not just a song you liked, it was a certified hit.
It's this bright, intense flash of fame. It burns out fast, but the legacy it leaves is surprisingly powerful.
And that's what's so interesting. These tracks, they don't just go away. They become these, like, nostalgic symbols. A time machine for a specific year.
Yeah. So our goal here is to really look at all the different factors, from old school radio all the way to, say, a TikTok trend that make an artist famous for just that one single melody.
So where do we start? The old engine of fame.
Let's start with radio. Before anything else, radio was the kingmaker.
Right. Back in the mid-20th century, there was no streaming, no internet for music. Radio was, well, it was everything. Your whole career was in the hands of the disc jockeys.
Those were the gatekeepers. If they liked a song, if it was catchy, they'd put it in what they called heavy rotation.
Which just means they played it over and over again.
And over again. We're talking thousands of times a week. The public knew that song whether they wanted to or not. It meant an artist could go from zero to a national star almost overnight.
But that has to be a double-edged sword, right?
Oh, absolutely. The same system that lifted you up could drop you just as fast. The second the station decided your song wasn't hot anymore, poof.
You're gone. Your presence just vanishes from the airwaves.
Exactly. It's a fleeting fame built entirely on their programming choices.
And then came the 80s, and everything became visual.
Music television, MTV. Suddenly, the song wasn't just a sound, it was an image, a story, a whole spectacle.
A music video could make a song go viral long before we even had a word for it.
It totally changed the game. Some artists had hits that were, let's be honest, driven more by a really strange high-budget video than the actual music.
We're talking about the wild costumes, the specific dance moves.
Yeah, that visual gimmick. If MTV played your video constantly, you were almost guaranteed a hit.
But that's where the problem comes in, isn't it? The image was sometimes more memorable than the song.
And that's the expiration date. Once you've seen the weird outfits enough times, the novelty just wears off. The visual appeal fades, and so does the song.
Speaking of novelty, that leads us to a whole other category, the novelty song itself.
A true staple of the one-hit wonder world. These are the songs based on, like, a joke or a fad.
Silly voices, a goofy dance.
Totally. They're almost designed to be disposable. You see them a lot in the summer when everyone just wants something fun and lighthearted.
And the audience is mostly, what, teens and kids?
Who move on very, very quickly. I mean, once the joke is over, the song is over. It's not building a long-term career.
Okay, so there's another path to this kind of singular fame, and it's a big one.
Hollywood.
The movie soundtrack. A totally unknown song can become a global smash just because it's in a blockbuster movie.
It gets tied to that one huge emotional scene or a fun montage, and in your mind, the song and the movie become the same thing.
And the artist might be someone nobody's ever heard of, just hired to record that one track.
Right. So people are buying the song because they loved the movie, not because they're suddenly a huge fan of this new artist.
And once the movie leaves theaters,
The artist often goes right back to being unknown. They were riding the movie's wave, not their own.
let's shift a bit, though. Let's talk about the money.
Yeah.
Because even one hit can be life-changing.
Financially, it can be massive. We're talking revenue from sales, downloads, and the really big one, royalties.
That's every time the song is played on the radio or in a supermarket or a commercial.
Every single time. So if you have one of those timeless songs, it can absolutely support you for life, especially if it gets used in ads or new movies.
On paper, that sounds like a total win.
It can be, but, and this is a huge but, we have to talk about the contracts. A new artist, they're desperate, they get a surprise hit, and they sign a really, really bad contract.
One that favors the record label.
Massively. Sometimes the label takes 80, maybe even 90% of the profits.
That's 90%. Wow.
So the artist's financial stability is, not what you'd think. And if they don't get that second hit, the label can just drop them and they're left with very little.
But hold on, is it all the label's fault? Doesn't the artist have some responsibility to deliver a good follow-up? Maybe that first success makes them complacent.
That's a fair question, and it's a huge psychological challenge, but the pressure often comes from the outside. The label wants quick, easy profit.
So they want another song that sounds exactly the same.
Exactly the same. They want to replicate the formula now. Don't experiment, don't grow as an artist, just give us another one of those.
That sounds like a recipe for burnout.
It is, and if that second song fails, and most of them do, the contract can be canceled. Just like that. You go from a star to unemployed. The industry often favors fast cash over actually developing an artist.
Which brings us to today, because the internet has sort of blown up that whole system.
It's completely changed the rules. An independent artist, someone in their bedroom, can have a global hit now without any label at all.
Because of a viral challenge on a mobile app or something?
Right. But the problem is, digital trends move so much faster than radio ever did.
Faster is an understatement. A trend can be over in a weekend.
And the lifespan of that digital one-hit wonder is just incredibly short. Often people only know the 15-second clip from the video. They might not even know it's a full song.
So you can be the most famous musician on the internet for, what, 3 days, and then you're forgotten?
It's disposable fame. But that success, even now, is rarely an accident. Producers are very clever about this.
You mean the technical side of making a song catchy?
They focus everything on the hook. That short, memorable part of the melody you can't get out of your head. The structure is simple, easy to hum.
Everything is perfectly tuned, consistent beat, standard 3-minute length for the algorithm.
But the most critical part for any modern song, the first 10 seconds.
That's your whole window.
That's it. You have 10 seconds to grab the listener before they skip. So every single note in that intro is engineered for maximum appeal.
So the song is scientifically designed to stick. But why does it stick for decades? That's got to be about psychology.
It is. Humans have this incredibly powerful link between music and memory. Hearing a song from your teen years can just instantly take you back.
You remember where you were, who you were with, everything.
Psychologists actually call it the reminiscence bump. It's the idea that music from when you're roughly between, say, 10 and 30 years old sticks with you for life.
And since these songs are so often tied to one specific moment, a summer, a dance, they're the perfect time capsule.
They have this deep emotional value for millions of people. Critics might say the song is simple, but for you, it's priceless because of the memories attached to it. That's what makes the artist immortal, in a way.
And sometimes that fame, that memory, is very localized. We see that with international artists.
Yeah. A song can be a massive hit in one country, but completely unknown somewhere else.
Like an artist who is a superstar in Europe, but is only known for one song in the U.S.
Language is a big barrier, obviously, but it's also about culture. What's funny or emotional or danceable in one place might just not connect in another.
And without a big international label pushing you, it's almost impossible to get a second hit in a foreign country. The first one was just a fluke.
So in the end, you're left with this really interesting result. The artist gets this permanent spot in music history, a level of success most musicians can only dream of.
It's the ultimate mixed blessing, isn't it? You get the fame, the recognition, but you might spend the rest of your life trying to prove you're more than just that one song.
But for the audience, the legacy is pretty pure. The one-hit wonder is just about that concentrated joy they delivered for a short time. You remember the moment, not their career struggles.
So here's something to think about. If you knew you only had one shot, one song to make your mark, would you do it differently? Would we get more perfect pop songs, or would artists take fewer risks?
Keep exploring music. Good luck with your studies.